Hi, welcome to another video by Belto Tech. Today we'll talk about this cute little SWR and power meter called CQV-SWR120. So that 120 stands for 120 watts of measuring capacity with 200 watts peak. So this is a very cute meter. It's got three LEDs in the front with three buttons underneath them, a 240 by 240 OLED display, colorful display, and then one radio in and one antenna out with a power switch and a charging port of USB type. So it's got a 1000 milliamperes battery inside. We look at that pretty standard device battery that you can replace. Unlike the USDX or the antenna tuner batteries, these are pretty standard. You'll get it. The quality of the connectors is also pretty good, steel ones. Though this did not come with the legs, I have added the legs so that I can keep it on the top of my other radio stack, or I can use this separately. So if you have seen my stack, it already got that 80-100M, which has got the SWR and power meter. So I'll use this by connecting in circuit to my 7300. That's how we'll test it today. Okay, let me switch it on. So hello, it says version 4.01. I've tried to get some material on how can we upgrade the firmware and stuff like that, but I haven't been able to find anything on that yet. If I find the firmware and how to update it, I'll definitely make another video for that. So let's look at the screen here. You've got the forward power, you've got the SWR, you've got the antenna going watts, reference, you know, reference EF, and then the battery voltage, which is 3.62 volts currently. When I charge it yesterday night, it went up to 4.17 volts, which is the normal. When it is charging, you'll get the red light, and once it is full, it'll go the green. It's got a BMS, the battery, so the manual says it's programmed to shut down at 3.4 volts, so you are good. I've been running this since today morning. It's about close to 11 hours now, and from 4 volts it's come down to 3.6. I was running this for WSPR on my 7300, so it's a good battery length, what I battery power, what I can observe. So let's look at some of the functions here. So when you press this, you can switch off the power alarm, the first one. So what's the buzzer alarm? So you can set the SWR, press this, and you'll set it to 2.0. So once it reaches 2.0, it'll make a loud noise. So that is what you can set. You can do up and down. Set it to 2.5. And then press this. This is the menu button. You press this, it will come back to the main screen. Similarly, you press this one, press and hold, you will get the shutdown time. So this is in minutes, and what I've seen is the shutdown time is that after 10 minutes of no RF activity, it'll do a soft shutdown. Okay, the power switch will still remain on. It'll do a soft shutdown. That means when there is a power activity, the unit will come back up. That's excellent feature. And you can also do short shutdown another way. I'll show you now. So if 10 minutes is fine, you can press this, or go make it lesser or more here. So let's keep it at 10 for now and do that. You press and hold this, it'll say goodbye and do a short shutdown. And then once there is RF activity, I have not connected it yet, I'll show that. You can just press it and it will come back on. So that's an excellent feature. We saw the SWR set, and yeah, the first one is that alarm on, alarm off, and this one you just press it, not hold and press, but or rather press and hold. This one will change it to Chinese and English. There are only two options available. You can change the configuration of the items that are shown here into different formats, for not formats as in different arrangement. So keep on pressing this, it will change. Hope you are able to see this. So let me bring this a little closer. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. So you can find what you like and then keep that. And so this one, let me go back to that list of this one. So there was a previous version of this meter which had this 3 or 4 items. That's all. They've added more items here. All of this is calculated with the SWR and the power going through that. So, but I prefer this. It will show the forward power. It will show SWR of 2 main items. That's all. Most of the times, that is what you will want to see, and that's what. So this is my preference for the default screen. If you can see that display, it's a matte finish. Thank God for that. It's not a glossy finish, so you will reduce the glare. And I haven't tested this in sunlight yet, but I think it should be fine. So let's open this and see what's inside, and how does it look inside. Okay, let me open this and we'll come back. So like the USDX radios and everything that I have here, this is also made up of a very nice aluminum, extruded aluminum. So as you can see, the board is a typical black, very nice looking SMD PCB, and the soldering is also of excellent quality. You look at the solder from the SO239 to the board, it's pretty good quality. And this is the battery I was talking to you about. It's 1000 milliamperes, 3.7 volts battery with a BMS built in. So it's just got two connectors, one for the on-off switch and one for the battery. You can remove the battery and change it. I think it is just stuck with glue. That's all. So, and this is your OLED display here, and the board is also pretty good quality. So internals looks excellent, and like the other radio and the OGS50, the board is negative. As you can see, the entire board is negative, and the positive has is on the tracks in the board. So pretty standard configuration. I think most of these units or devices use the same one. Though I can't see the name on the chipset. I'm trying to see if I can figure that out, but I can't see the name on the chipset. Let me just take the camera a little closer. I can't zoom in much better than this. So I think they have scratched it out. They don't want to reveal the trade secrets, so to say. Right? Makes sense. I won't blame them. But these guys are experts on making clones, and this is a clone of a good one. But this clone works, and it's not expensive. So yeah. Okay. Let's put it back. Now I'll put this back and then connect to the radio. Okay, I forgot to show one important thing. You can also calibrate this unit a little bit. How do you do that? You switch it off, hold the first button and then switch it on. It'll go into the calibration mode, forward fine adjustment. So you can adjust, you know, uh, how much forward power that you want to adjust. But I don't want to adjust this because I'm pretty sure this was adjusted in the factory. I don't want to change that, though I've noticed some difference. So when I put this at when I set the power in my radio at 10 watts and then put it at 10 watts, it shows 11.6, right? And if I put it at 20, it shows 18.4, 18.5. I mean, it's not exactly accurate. SWR, I believe it is accurate, not the forward power. Maybe it's got to do with the fact that where I put it in the circuit. If I put it after the antenna tuner, maybe it'll be. See, I've got the antenna tuner in between the antenna and my radio, so maybe that's messing up somewhere. I'm not sure. So I'll put it after the antenna tuner. So this is directly talking to the antenna, not via the antenna tuner. But yeah, so switch it off, hold this button and then switch it on. You can fine tune the forward adjustment, set it to 0 and then press this, you set it. Similarly, if you want to adjust the SWR, you can do that, press this button and then power it on, and SWR fine adjustment, you can make the adjustment here. I don't want to touch that because I believe it's already factory adjusted and fairly good. See, you don't depend on this radio for your exact measurement, right? This will just give you a general idea, and the best part about this is I'm using this to alert me in case the SWR goes beyond 2, right? That is what we have set here. You press this on, press and hold, and then you'll get to the alarm, right? I've set it to 2.5. Okay, let me bring it down to, just for checking purposes, let me bring it down to 2 and then set it. And once we connect this, I'll show you how that works, right? So, I mean, this is not a super accurate thing, but it's a nice to have. It's small, it's compact, and you don't want to spend 15,000 rupees on a SWR power meter, right? This is just about 4,000. I'll add the link in the description below on the eBay where I bought this from. You can also order one. It's nice to have in the shack, right? It gives you a general sense of what's happening with your TX and your SWR. So, right, it's good to have, right? It's small, it's compact, it's got a built-in battery. I mean, everything that you can ask for. Yes, it's not very super accurate, nor I expect it to be for the price that I've paid, right? So it's about $46 to $48. Yeah, for that I think it does a fantastic job for the price, right? You pay, you get what you pay for, right? So that's it. Okay, I'll come back, connect this to the radio, and then come back, and then we'll see how it operates, how it works with inline with a radio doing TX. Thank you. Okay, so this is my setup right now. I've got my 7300. I've got the antenna tuner here. And then I've got the SWR meter, and this is my power supply for the SWR. Sorry, for my radio. SWR has got its own battery, so there's no power supply for that. So this is my MFJ 993B, which I was telling you about earlier. This is my 7300. So I'm on 770. I'll use RTTY so that I get a constant carrier. So I've now put it at 13.9 or 13.8 volts, with which we get consistent output. So I'm at 5 watts. So let's see how much I'll get here when I do that. As you can see, I get a green light. That means everything is good, and SWR is good about 1.2, and it's showing 4.3 watts. Right? You can see that. Let me switch to uh, 10 watts, change to 10 watts, and we are getting about 11.4. Like I said, it's not the most accurate meter, but it'll give you a general direction of how we are faring, how the radio is faring, and what's happening with your antenna. So I'm at 20 and it's giving 18.4. Go to 40, right? And let's see, at 40 it's putting at 38.2, right? I've seen that vary between 38.2 and 39.5, but I'm unable to replicate that consistently. So this is at 50, it's showing 51.4, right? So it's, I mean, like I said, you get what you pay for. It's not the most sophisticated SWR, but what I want in this meter, which I like the most, is the ability to trigger an alarm if your SWR is very, very high. So let me switch to 5 watts back, right? And I don't have a 30 meter antenna. So let me go to 10 meters, right? Sorry, 30 meters, and I'll so my antenna tuner can't tune that. So when I do that, see that it's showing 5 SWR and a alarm comes off. So I think this is the most critical feature of this SWR meter, because most of the times the SWR meter is silent and you don't even know if you are experiencing high SWR. But like we said earlier, we set that alert here. Sorry, that's for the buzzer. If you set the buzzer off, like here, so I set it at 2, right? So we are good there, but you can one press and the buzzer goes off, right? Then it'll just show the red light and it won't sound anything. I mean, for some people it might be good, but I would like the buzzer to be on. So we have, let me see what we did with the buzzer alarm. Yeah, it's on now. And when I press this for in 30 meters, it throws off an alarm. So this is 5 watts and my antenna is not tuned. So I think that is the most important feature which I actually bought this for, and hopefully that will save my radio from any further. So let me go to 20 meters. Here my antenna can tune, and when I do this, see, it will show an alert because the SWR is high, and you can see it's not auto tuned yet. Not sure what's happening there. Let me just tune that here. Yeah, so you saw that, and now uh, it's still getting this. Yeah, it's went out of tune. Yeah, now it is tuned, and at 1.6. Yeah, set it to 1.5 and above, it will show as amber. That means we are not there yet. It could be tuned better. I think something's going on with my 20 meter radial. I need to go back and check on my terrace. But see, so we have shown a good, let me go to 15. I think we have a good antenna there. So let me just tune this. Yeah. So when we go to 15 and see, we have got a good thing there. At 5 watts, it's showing 4 watts. So we were discussing about where should I add this in the circuit. So I added between the radio and the antenna tuner because we want this to see what the antenna tuner does, but before the radio. So I think that's the right place to put this, not after the antenna tuner, right? So this sits in between the radio and the antenna tuner. Huh? So okay, so thank you for watching this. I hope this has been a educational video, and yeah, you'll gain something out of this. Thank you very much. See you again with my next video.